to my beautiful bride on our wedding day. Nat, the big day is finally here. We're getting married. Today is going to be perfect, not because everything is in order, the weather cooperates, or we impress everyone with our killer dance moves. Today will be perfect because our forever begins today, and there is nothing about today that compares to how that makes me feel. I love you with all of my heart. I thank God that He brought us together, and I can't wait for what He has in store for us next. You are by far the best thing that has ever happened to me. I am so blessed and honored to have you as my wife. I love you endlessly. I'll see you out there. Love, and your husband.
That was really good.
How was your first date?
Our first date, well, depending on who you ask, it was either fantastic or just okay. But we went out to eat, and she told me her entire life story over dinner, and I didn't get a single word in. And she just fell head over heels for me. And I just remember getting back in the car after the night and was just like, that was nice, but this is probably the end of us seeing each other. But here we are today. My favorite thing about Natalie is her heart. And she has a heart of gold. She just cares about everybody, and thinks about different things for caring about people in ways that I would never think about.
Do you have a message for Natalie before you guys get married?
The message I have for Natalie before we get married is enjoy today. She's put so much hard work into every single detail of this weekend and for this wedding, and I want her to be able to enjoy all of her hard work.
Oh my goodness.
Natalie, I stand here before you today in front of God, our family, and friends to commit myself to you wholeheartedly. I thank God He has called and entrusted me to be your husband. You're a true gift from Him, and I promise to spend the rest of my life cherishing you as my bride. There are so many aspects about how God made you that I treasure. When you have a goal, nothing will stand in your way. I share this because it is that determination that brought us here today. From day one, after telling me your entire life story over dinner without letting me get a word in, you knew we were meant to be together. And from that day on, you let nothing stop that from becoming a reality. Not time, distance, or anything in between. And I'm so glad that you never gave up, because if it hadn't been for your stubbornness, I would have never met my beautiful soulmate. You always put others and their needs above your own. Even in the simplest gestures, you model biblical servanthood in ways I've never seen in another person. You have a heart of gold that deeply cares about people, and you always do your best to ensure that others are seen with the value that God has instilled in them. But most of all, I'm thankful for your unconditional love that allows me to let my guard down, count myself worthy of being loved, and be open enough to share my life with you. Natalie, today I take you to become my wife. I vow to love you as Christ loved the church, with a love that is both sacrificial and unconditional. I vow to guide you as Christ guides me, following His teaching and obeying His commands. Natalie Ann, I vow to love you and be faithful to you alone from this day forward, until our Heavenly Father calls us to our eternal home. This is my solemn pledge to you and to God.
Andrew, from the moment I first saw you, I knew you were going to be my husband. Even when you turned me down on our first date, my stubbornness showed, and now we get to celebrate our love with all of our friends and family and in front of God. I am so blessed to have such a wonderful man of God in my life that I get to love for the rest of my days. You are my laughter on a bad day and my comfort in a stressful moment. You are my protector when I am scared and my reminder to slow down when life gets busy. You are my joy when things are tough. You are my smile when life is sad. You are my level-headedness when I jump right into ideas, and my safety net when these ideas crash and burn. You are my lover when I am undeserving, and you are my very best friend. I promise to take time to relax and smell the roses with you, even when there are a million things on my to-do list. I promise to stand beside you through every life decision and to be your biggest fan. I promise to raise our children alongside of you with a heart for God like yours. I promise to always be strong in our faith and to grow every day with you. I promise to never be quick to judge and to always approach things with a kind heart. I promise to take care of you even when we are old and gray. I promise to love you always, even on the hard days. There is no one else on this earth that supports me in the ways that you do, and I am honored to become your wife today. I give you every piece of myself today and every day, with all of my love forever. Natalie.
God does all things together for the right reasons and for the right times. He brought Natalie around at just the right time, and it was perfect. To hear the joy in his voice over our phone conversations, knowing all that had happened in the past and all the trials and hardships, and then to finally have found someone that he couldn't talk enough about. It was really special, and I knew that you were someone really special for him. And now that I finally met you for the first time yesterday, that is completely confirmed 100%. And I'm so happy that you two are together. You're going to have an absolutely incredible journey together.
As I was laying on Kylie's couch this morning, right beside Natty as she was watching TikToks, I was trying to think up this speech and try to think of some appropriate stories for me to tell at this pastor's wedding. And I'll tell you, I really couldn't think of many that were appropriate. So, but here's a couple examples. You're sweating a little now, huh? That time that you won a case race against a whole group of Marines. That was good. How about the multiple country concerts we've gone to that we chugged Four Locos with strangers? The late night drives through South Connellsville, listening to Nicki Minaj, Tim McGraw, all those good songs, talking about everything in our lives. Most importantly, I want everyone to know how kind-hearted Natalie is. She would drop whatever she's doing for anyone to help out anyone in need. And she is the most generous person I've ever met. She is also the most genuine person I've ever met. And she will tell you exactly what's on her mind at any time. Even if it's not what you want to hear, but it's what you need to hear. And she'll support you with every decision you ever make. But thank goodness for Andrew that he came into the picture, because he is the calm to her crazy. You are both just the perfect pair. I'm so happy for both of you that God has brought you two together. And I'm just excited to see what the future brings for both of you. And I love you both. Cheers, everyone.
Being now that you are wedded before man and in the eyes of the living God, you may kiss your bride.